Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I gave no warning on this one. Talking to some people on the phone today. One of them's working right now, so she won't be participating, but listening intently, I hope. Anyway, I really got nothing. I'm hoping one of you does. I've watched nothing on YouTube regarding this since last night when I was on. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I kind of remembered. I remember doing an ambient stream last night, and I hope I didn't say anything too crazy. Considering the source. What's going on, Jersey? What's up, LB? Yeah, we all have a problem. What's going on, Blonde Java? We just solve your problem. Interesting. Yeah, you're right, Lennon God's Angels. We all have a problem. What's going on, Lisa? What's up, Dusty? No wrench. Len, oh, you know what? I was taking some wrenches a few days ago, and I did accidentally unwrench somebody. But like it disappeared before I could see who it was, and it was probably yours. But I'll give it back to you. It was not intentional. When I went to scroll, I hit the X, and like you don't get like it doesn't ask you like other things do. So do you really want to remove this? It just disappears. And I did see one disappear, and I just couldn't tell who it was. So if I de-wrenched you by accident, I apologize, and I will give it back. But yeah, Richard B., we all know about your wrenched up nuts. So yeah, I did accidentally do one, and I just didn't know who it was, but now I know. Yeah, LB wrenches are overrated, but if I took one by accident, I will fix it. Yeah, I got a shitload of wrenches too, but don't I mean, I don't do a whole lot with mine. Most of the time, all I use mine for is to look and see why somebody else got kicked out or whatever. And then, well, I did drop some links on Ray's second channel because he doesn't have very many mods and there wasn't anybody around to take care of things, so I did it. But I generally don't worry myself with it. Hey, what's going on, Jordan? Andrea D. Two of my very favorite ladies in the community. What's up, Ghost Malone? Anything new popped off today? I have no idea. You working, Jordan? going on, Anthony Cruz? I got to give Anthony Cruz credit. At least I think I'm giving the right guy credit. Um, he actually came up with the acronyms MAP, Sea Monkeys Against Predators, and I like it, so I'm going to use it. Todd is very disappointed in the community. Yeah, the biggest disappointment we got is disappointed in everybody else, apparently. Okay. What's up, Pro Cop? Hater. What's up, Christy? Yeah, Jordan, one of these days I'll get one when you can come up here. I kind of figured that was going to be the case. One of these days I'm going to get Andrea up here. Oh, who was it? Somebody was going to tell their, was it Alana? I think maybe somebody was going to tell their story about how their grandmother got scammed or something. We can do that today if she's ready, if she's here. I think it was Alana, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Yeah, I don't understand, Jordan. Like they recommended me for a sleep study a couple of times, and I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna? I can't sleep at home in my own bed. How the fuck am I gonna sleep when I know somebody's watching me? So the whole thing just seemed kind of pointless. I didn't understand. I just didn't get it. My problem is that I can't sleep. It's not that I, have sleep apnea. At least I don't think I do. Unless they're gonna let me get totally fucked up. Would they let me bring a bottle of whiskey and a handful of Ambien in there? That's about the only way I can get to sleep sometimes. Yeah, how can Tommy say he's what's up, patriotic? There you are. Glad you're here. I started this partially just for you. Um, how is Tommy disappointed when he doesn't even turn in evidence to get these guys convicted? It's pretty obvious all he gives a shit about is making money, so he can get fucked. He could already get fucked, but he can get fucked again. Well, I mean, Jordan, if you climb in and help me get to sleep, you know what I'm saying? That might help. Just reassure me and let me know everything's going to be okay. That's all I ask. What's up, Pure Virus? You re-injured your elbow, had surgery, blocked nerve. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, medical problems suck, dude, especially when they're ones that affect your mobility or your movement. My spine's all fucked up from an accident, so I get it, man. Yeah, she could read me a book. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think that Patriotic and Blonde Java would get along really well. I don't know if you guys are interested in talking, but I can make it happen. Yeah, it's just ironic that Tommy would say he's disappointed in other people when he's the biggest disappointment. Well, he's at least in the top three biggest disappointments we have. Well, good luck with that pure virus. I hope it works out for you. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they put you in the hospital and tell you to get rest, but like you can't when you get all that shit hooked up to you. People come in and are checking on you every 15 minutes. It just doesn't work. I usually leave hospitals AMA anyway, so I'm almost never conscious when they bring me in there because I won't go. Yeah, right. When they charge you $12 for a fucking aspirin in there. You were ran over by a roach coach. Oh man. So husbands with domestic violence charges and convictions is okay. Yeah, no, it's not okay. What's going on, Bingo's mom? Well, it's not really a party yet. We're just satisfying a need at the moment. Oh, no shit, Blues Rider. I mean, I've always had good insurance, so my part of the hospital bills hasn't been bad, but man, I've seen what it does to other people, and it's just fucked up. What's up, Mr. Samuel? Yeah, that happens a lot too, Lisa. That does happen a lot. A lot of false charges, and sometimes if even if you just have even if you just have an argument, and the neighbors hear it and call it in a lot of places, if the cops roll on a domestic, somebody's going to jail, even if nobody got hit. So that kind of thing, I've seen that happen quite a bit too. I had a couple that, when I was a bondsman, a couple went to jail. He wound up buying the world's most expensive deer license. They got into an argument, and they weren't hurting each other, but they were like, they had their hands talking with their hands, and they were just kind of like slapping each other's hands by or something. It was something real, like nobody was trying to really hurt anybody. And the neighbors called the cops. Cops come, um, take them both to jail. The argument was because he had spent money on a deer license and they didn't have a whole lot of money for extra stuff. What's going on, Tony D? And so they got into an argument about that. They both get taken to jail, and they call me. I go in, talk to the husband first, and I explained to him, I can't remember what their bill was. Like it was $1,000 for each of them to get out, or something like that. And he's like, "Well, I don't have enough money to get us both out, so I'll just use my business account. You can get my wife out, and I'll stay here." So, all right. So I do this part of the paperwork. I go to her. I'm like, "Hey, your husband said to get you out. He's going to stay." And she's like, "Well, I got some extra money I've been hiding from him, so I'll bond him out." So they wound up bonding each other out of jail, which at the end of it, I think it all got dropped, but they still, once you give money to a bondsman, you never get it back. So, yeah. What's up, Lala? Foreplay. I just saw foreplay. I'm all about foreplay. I'll throw out the link again if somebody wants to come up. I really got nothing, man. It's just somebody's working and asked if I was going live, and I didn't really know at the time, so here the fuck I am. Maybe if I can get it to post. There it is. What's up, Gabby? You received my child support? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I did send, I sent Gabby a little bit of child support since she is raising my son. I hope she uses it wisely. With any luck, if she, I actually sent her a stock, and I think Petco. Um, and if she uses it wisely, that little amount could turn into millions, in about 100,000 years. Like, I didn't know you could send stock with, oh, what's it called? Not PayPal. What's the fuck the thing I have? Cash App. I didn't know you could send stocks that way. Oh yeah, maybe even billions. You never know. Oh yeah. While we're on that subject, sometimes people will send me like $1, or actually sometimes quite. Oh, you've been arrested, Andrea D. I would love to hear that story. Um, I'd like to see you in handcuffs, to be quite honest. But um, my Instagram pages are on the about section here. You don't have to send me money if you just want to get me a message. Just hit me up on Instagram. It's a little bit cheaper that way. Sometimes if somebody I don't have contact with needs to get me a message, I'm sure that other people get that too. They'll send money to get me the message, but you don't have to do it that way. I'll read your message either way. What's going on, Section 15? How do I feel about frozen sea monkeys? That it's cruel. I mean, you wouldn't freeze your dog or your cat, would you? I mean, well, I would, but it's just sea monkeys are so devalued and dehumanized. It's dehumanizing to sea monkeys to freeze them. It's not cool. Driving on a suspended license. You're a bad, bad girl. You need to be punished. Yeah, that's the thing. Stuff like driving on a suspended license is usually. Man, I got another story about that from when I was a bail bondsman. Fucking driving on a suspended license is usually officer's discretion. And this girl had an unpaid parking ticket, but she was real young. She had, I think, two, like a toddler and a baby. Drove a piece of shit car, so she obviously didn't have money. And he arrested her. And I'm telling you what, I think that I know that cop, and I know how he is. She was a really cute girl, and I think he only arrested her as an excuse to fucking pat her down or some shit. Because it wasn't like she didn't have a criminal history. All she had was like unpaid speeding tickets or something. I mean, come on, you're really gonna put a family in a bind like that? So you can, yeah, it wasn't cool. I'm doing all right, Section 15. Yeah, it's all about the money, or for a cop to have an excuse to pat down a cute girl. I mean, I'm a big old pervert, but shit like that, man, that's not cool. I'm infecting your mind, Lala. I have that effect on people. Yeah, you're probably right, pro cop hater. Like when I had to arrest a female, um I took a female agent with me and let the female do all that. I think there was maybe twice where I had to pat down a female, and like you can't do a guy cannot do like a full pat down on a female. And like you're supposed to check, like when you pat down a guy, you're supposed to check under his nuts and shit. Which I kind of skip that part sometimes because frankly, as long as they don't have weapons, I didn't give a fuck if they had drugs on them, to be honest. As long as they didn't OD in my custody. And like with a woman, if you're a guy, you're supposed to use a pen to like feel up under their tits and stuff. And I would just kind of skip that part because yeah, it's not cool. I have not heard from Meow. I hope that Meow's doing okay. I really do. Well, what the hell? I missed something. I mean, if you all are aware of any sea monkeys that are um, in custody, let's say, sea monkeys like boobies. Show them your boobies and make them happy. You had a dream that Cam kidnapped you. Interesting. Cooley pats down his pet puffin. Interesting. Yeah, way too many cops are in it for all the wrong reasons. I'm not saying they're all bad, but there's I'm it really seems like it might be the majority. And like cops don't really most departments don't have actual quotas like in their policy or whatever. But like their chief or whatever will still say, hey, if you don't get X amount of people, you're not doing your job. Well, let's say that not that many people are breaking the law. Well, you gonna fucking start picking on people over minor shit to make your numbers bigger. And cops do have competitions with each other. Like I've known cops that'll have competitions with each other to see who can get the most arrests or write the most tickets in a month. Now, tell me that doesn't skew their perspective a little bit and cause them to write tickets or arrest people they wouldn't have otherwise done. What's up, meth clause? Tommy faked a catch today. It ain't the first time. Well, Gabby, if you disappear, we'll know where to start looking, I guess. Well, I just found out that I have an extra belly button all this time, and I didn't know until till recently. What's up, Anthony Cruz? Oh no, I already said hello to you. Never mind. I'm stupid. I mean, like when I got arrested for false informing, it got dropped because they knew it was bullshit. But that whole thing was because they were pissed off at me. Um, Part of that deal was like when I was hunting fugitives, they if I was after a guy, of course they were after him too, and I almost always got him first. And then like I never like rubbed it in their face or anything, but like corrections officers were taking bets on who would get certain guys, and I almost always won it for them. And then they were harassing the cops about it, and so the cops, and there were other things too. But yeah, they were. And if you're asking me if I've ever lied to a cop, yes, I have. But that particular thing that they were saying I was lying about, I wasn't really lying. I mean, like, if they're looking, depending on why they're looking for somebody, they'd come to me and be like, "Hey, do you know where so and so is at?" Um, like I've always said no, even if I did know where they were, because I'm not ratting out. So I'm not. I'm just not a fucking rat. If it's for something like, you know, essay or something like that, I would. But yeah, fuck them. Gabby and the stinky bouncy balls. Yeah, I don't. I don't. I try real hard not to fly commercially anymore because I don't like for strange guys to feel at my junk. And if you request a female agent, they get all shitty about it. Channel, yeah, absolutely, Lola. Go ahead and drop the link. He invited a pred to a place full of kids. That sounds like Tommy. Hey, well, meth clause, that's not a bad way to spend your time. Well, Gabby, Lala, if you guys need some, some more stinky balls, I'd be happy to contribute. There's a song by AC/DC called Big Balls. If you're not familiar with it, you should listen to it. It's quite interesting. Yeah, you're right, pro cop hater. There are a lot of cops that are like that. They just look for a reason. And then if you try to keep your constitutional rights by like not letting them search your car, which unless they have a probable cause, you don't have to let them search. And even if you're innocent, don't let them fucking don't give up any of your fucking rights voluntarily. You don't have to tell them jack shit. Other, if you get pulled over, you got to give them your driver's license or whatever. But um, other than that, you don't have to tell them jack shit, and you don't have to let them search your vehicle without probable cause. What's up, Trust No One? You were beaten, falsely charged, unlawfully arrested, all for filming a traffic stop in front of your own fucking house, no less. Holy shit, what asshole. Sounds like some control freak shit. Hey, Freya, what's up? A hunched ball sack. Interesting. Then the charges were dropped. Well, I hope you're suing the fuck out of them. I'd really like to hear that story if you want to come up and tell it sometime. I think there's a reason why you can't, but because I think we've talked about this before. Yeah, patriotic. Never volunteered to do anything for even if you're innocent, man. Their job is to put your ass away. They are not there to help you. You know. I'm not saying be a jerk to them. You know, be civil, but don't volunteer anything. Yeah, I understand that, pro cop hater. I'm sure you got a big ass lawsuit going, as you should. Can you at least say, are the cops, do they still have their jobs or did they get fired? What's up, Warbot? The hell, it's not letting me. Whoever's trying to come up, I'm trying to add you, but it's not. It's just not letting me. I don't know why. I thought I saw one earlier out of the corner of my eye, but it was gone. So it's not intentional. I am trying to add you. Try it again. So section 15 is your single nipple. Is it like just like one big one? Or, I mean, I'm like, I need a better mental picture here. Does my voice changer need new batteries yet? Um, if you want the honest truth to that, those batteries went to a different kind of toy, you know what I'm saying? It's a dominant. Oh, okay, I got it. Send pictures, section 15. What's up, Sammy? Send pictures, section 15, or it didn't happen. All right. I don't know who was trying to come up, but it would not let me add you. Try here. I'll throw out the link again. I mean, anybody could hit it because I don't know who was trying to. Well, no, Gabby, they're not directly in my butt. I mean, like, who's gonna just put batteries up their butt unless they're D cell? But voice changers don't take that big of batteries. You'd have to put a D cell up your butt to feel anything worthwhile. Yes, Warbot. We already know that Warbot is crazy. That's never been in question. I mean, well, that's the thing, Patriotic, is if a cop's got no probable cause, but he wants to search your car, all he's got to do is say, "I smell weed," even if there was never any weed in there. So, I mean, I'm glad it worked out well for you, but just I don't care how nice a cop is, you can't. Their job is to take your freedom, and some of them will pretend to be real nice, but fuck you over in the end. Sammy, it's your daughter being a pervert again, man. I don't know if it's her mommy hormones kicking in or what. She's just being a real pervert. A diesel up your butt would change your voice. Yeah, no doubt, Telly. No doubt. Yeah. Your eyes look a little glassy. Well, no shit. You're shining a fucking mag light in my face. I will say though, when I was young, I had I got pictures of it up on my Instagram. I had an '86 IROC Z28 T top, and I just dropped my girlfriend's kid off at my parents' house so we could go out. I was on a highway out in the middle of nowhere with night. It had just been repaved, so it was nice and smooth. And I just done some work to that car to make it faster. And I said, "Fuck it." Didn't see anybody around. I opened it up, flying down that highway, and then all of a sudden I see light, blueberries and cherries way off, and I'm like, I could probably outrun this motherfucker, but I decided that wouldn't be a good idea. So I pulled over, and he come out and read me the riot act. I gave him my driver's license. He just looked at it and handed it back to me. He's like, "I don't feel like fucking with you because I just got off duty. But if I ever see you doing anything wrong in a car again, your ass is going to jail." And that was it. So I actually got pretty lucky with a cop a couple of times. What's up, Todd's Cash App? Well, we could try putting a light bulb in our mouth. Have I ever heard of that? Let's see. Okay, I'll have to scroll up while I look because I had to skip over a couple of these, but I will look. Oh, where's it at? Your mom doesn't drink. She's a distracted driver. She was pulled over for crossing the line, and the cop told her to blow into his hand fist, and he smelled. Yeah, that's odd. I've never actually heard of a cop doing that. That sounds like he's got some kind of uh, kink or something going on. That's definitely questionable. No, I've never heard of that. All right, Pro Cop Hater, I'll check my. I can't check it right now, but I'll check it when I get off of here. Need more donuts for your dolphin cruise. Well, I'm hate to tell you, but you're probably shit out of luck. Yeah, that is creepy. I mean, I walk around all the time asking girls to blow on my hand, but I'm not a cop. I wonder where in the training manual exactly that is. The new I smell marijuana case law. Hopefully, they're not allowed to do that anymore because that was always bullshit. And you got to think too. I mean, now most cops have body cameras. The county that I lived in, they resisted. I think they have them now, but they resisted body cameras for a long time. You just got to wonder, with all the shit that we know about cops getting caught doing, you got to wonder like how much shit, more shit they used to get away with. How many people are still in prison from like the '80s or whatever? It's just fucked up. All right, Pro Cop Hater, I will check it out for sure. Struggle Jennings defunding the police at Woodstock Music Festival. I don't necessarily agree with defunding the police. How about retraining them? I mean, we do still need cops, whether we like it or not, but we need better cops, and we need to repeal the DEA altogether. Those fuckers kill people all the time that don't need killing. What the fuck? I'm gonna try this one more time. All right, it finally let me add somebody. What's going on, man?
What's up? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good. Well, I mean,
Sorry.
we can hear you. All right,
Uh,
good.
I just wanted a refresher. So, do you remember when it came out that Tommy was no joke showing people CP on his phone? Like, as a joke. I mean, he was joking. I'm not joking saying this. And like, he would just walk up to people and show it to them. And like, Musa and everybody got on somebody's channel. I don't know if it was yours or someone else's. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember that.
It's just Look, I don't know what's going on with Ed. It seems very much like he's getting railroaded by the police,
Mhm.
which is going to happen if you have enough contact with the police. Eventually, they just fuck you over. But it's just funny to me. Like, does NVCap and like his goons or whoever he's associated with, do they like run around telling every single person how Tommy literally keeps and stores child pornography for jokes?
That Ryan and his little tiny clan, those people are fucked up, man. I try to ignore them as much as possible.
Yeah, same. No, I was just wondering if I'd lost my mind and I had somehow made up a world where somebody who's a methadone addict who was complicit in allowing his oldest son to be raped several times, who has charges, across the nation, who's been on Denver Channel 7 and other Denver networks for being a scammer. I had created a world where this man had done this in my mind. You're telling me I haven't lost my mind, is what you're telling me.
Well, okay, two things. Yes, you've lost your mind, but you are also correct. Just because you're crazy doesn't mean you're not right. Everything
No,
you just said is real.
definitely. It's just that, I just really can't be the person or, JT as well. Like at some point, people roll their eyes when we are constantly, on the hunt for Tommy, basically. I don't know how I could make more fun of the guy, honestly. But I just wish people wouldn't forget, man, because I told somebody that has nothing to do with this community who's like a normal person and not a freak. I told them about Tommy keeping that on his phone, and they immediately said if they're saving it and storing it, they're probably wanking off to it as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got
Yeah,
to do.
there'd be,
Go ahead.
and that's the thing. One of those things where this dude allegedly had CP on his phone, and Tommy's like, "Show it to me, show it to me, show it to me," and he had this look of just total glee on his face. Most of us would be disgusted by having to see that, but he just had this big ass cheesy smile on his face, like he was about to see a naked girl for the first time.
And what kills me is like if I were a predator catcher, which I am not, nor will I ever be, I would avoid getting that on any of my devices just so if the FBI or somebody snatched me up and stuck me on a polygraph test, not a real one, not like a fake one that Tommy did, I could genuinely pass it and say, I have never transported that. I've never disseminated that. I've never duplicated that. Because in the eyes of the law, every time you do that, you're victimizing that kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just me, man. How you doing? How you been? What have you been up to?
Not a whole hell of a lot. I'm trying to get the ladies in the audience to send me more booby pictures, but other than that, nothing.
Good luck. Is Ray actually leaving the community or is he just chilling? I actually started to like him a little bit.
I don't know. He's left before and come back, or said he was going to leave and come back, but um, I would like to see him keep doing catches. It was just the other bullshit that he got caught up in is why he's leaving.
Was it the
Um,
when he got real mad at those two individuals that were female? Was that what happened? I don't know.
that's part of it. There's a lot. I talked to Ray, you know, privately, and there's just a bunch of bullshit. I would like to see him keep doing catches. I like his style at least.
Well, I also think he provides a venue for the people that I don't like to talk shit, which is fine with me. I don't have to be there. I don't have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
uh,
right.
so I wish he would stick around. It's just I totally get it. Especially he just had a great weekend catching people, kind of being the driving force. Sam obviously as well, but kind of like the slave driver as far as getting those people to do it, even when no one wants to go do it anymore. So I was impressed with that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm like weirdly conflicted that I want him around so the shit talking to continue. But I get if like, if he's actually getting mad at like the trolls, because I do get frustrated at them, obviously. I scream at them sometimes. But the next day I'm like, you know, I don't even care anymore. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, whatever.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal. Well, hey man, I'm glad it sounds like you're doing well. I just wanted to jump on here and say that just because like it just boggles my mind that somehow like somebody who seems to have a pretty straightforward story about what happened and hasn't been charged with it, isn't defending against it in court, which I think what would be happening if it were like a real thing. Because I mean, like if they can, they charge you with it, whatever they can. They'll even make things up, really. This
Oh,
dude is being
absolutely.
really hung out to dry. Even when he talks about it and kind of explains, like, look, I was on drugs and then they broke in the house and blah 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 blah. And then I've literally watched streams where like almost all of the catchers I respect are like, Tommy walked up to me and showed me porn. Dude, Musa sounded genuinely disturbed that that happened. And Musa detailed that it wasn't, like lolly, it wasn't like a girl in a bikini. It was like a little kid being raped by an adult. And
Yeah.
it's like, I, but Tommy still has these people that are like, well, he does catch. That's one thing I'm really starting to hate is that people keep saying shit like, well, people that catch like they should be held to a higher standard, right? They should be.
I agree. And then when you try to point something out, fucking people jump all over you when you try to point something out negative about most catchers. I mean, Tommy's a little bit different. People are pretty happy to condemn him for everything, as he should be. But yeah, I completely understand. And there was a time where I used to help kind of cover up some things for some catchers, and every single one of them threw me under the bus when they didn't need me anymore.
Yeah,
But I've kind of changed my attitude, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't care if they catch predators or not. I don't want them to stop catching, but there are some things people should know.
definitely. It's almost like I don't know how familiar this is going to be a weird tie-in, but like with Skinwalker Ranch, how that billionaire bought the ranch and started running like his own ops there, and he created his own department of like investigating the paranormal. I think it's NIDS. Um, it's almost like somebody needs to do that, but with peg catching, where it's like somebody with a shitload of money gets everybody together. And I think if that were to happen, it would really force the government to, address this head on. I think the real problem is there's so many politicians doing this that very quickly there would be like political opposition. I'm not one of those people that says that YouTube is pro pedo because they're kicking people off, but I mean, it does make me wonder sometimes. It seems convenient that like power and money seem to align and back up these terrible things like Epstein or Matt Gates. I don't think he's going to get prosecuted, even though from what I understand, he did traffic someone. But I haven't obviously I don't know the man. I haven't spoken to him, but from my limited understanding, he's definitely guilty of that allegedly. Uh, but we don't see these people taken to task. We don't even see really smear commercials about Matt Gates and his proclivities, even though the guy that helped him do that stuff is in jail right now, I do believe.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah,
I mean,
he's
I know some of the story, but I don't I haven't heard all of it. I just know that like they had a prostitute, right?
yeah. So the prostitute it's one of those states where you can get away with more than the surrounding states. I think she was like 17. And then he traveled around, he's a politician, so he's traveling around and he brings her with him, which then you're like, you're breaking the law in these other states. Like it's not a federalized thing. You just can't bring, it'd be like a gun. If I were to bring a gun to California, I'd be in some serious trouble. I don't know. It's just unfortunate, man.
Right.
Um, anyway, that's really all I got. I got to hit the gym. Hopefully I'll be on here later this week. Maybe I'll jump on something. I'll hopefully be drinking, but yeah, man, take care of yourself.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Later.
Hey, we all want to be like JT Colfax when we grow up, man. How's your hangover, JT? Fixed graveyard streams? Yeah, I miss those. Man, I missed a bunch of comments. Sorry, guys. What in the hell is Gabby asking for now? Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Sorry. Less hangover, more collapse. Well, I mean, you read it pretty hard last night. Just answer us this. Did you turn Ray gay? I'm asking for a friend. Yeah, it was nice to see everybody hanging out together and partying and drinking and having a good time. No doubt about that. All right, Section 15, you have a good night. I'll probably hang this up pretty soon. My heart's just not in it tonight. You had a bug in your anus the whole time. Well, that kind of, we expect that, man. I mean, that's nothing surprising. What's up, Kodiak? I don't think I said hello to you. Sorry about that. Cam sold it to you. Well, we were talking earlier, JT, about having double D batteries up your ass and whether or not it's a good thing. We did come to the conclusion that it will change your voice, either higher or lower, I guess, depending on what you're into. I did. There is some leaked footage. I don't know if it's still up because stories only last 24 hours, but um, I did put some leaked footage up on my Instagrams, on both of my Instagrams. That might have been more than 24 hours, so they might be gone by now, but I don't know. What else was, yeah, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I was talking to a couple of people actually yesterday about doing a panel for them with them or whatever. I'm not sure if it's going to be tonight or not. I know it's not going to be right now because they can't do it till late, but and I'm not going to stay live this whole time. But that's not like a done deal yet. What's up, Uncanny Valley? Ray wouldn't go into a dark room with a bunch of gay guys. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to stand with Ray on this one. I don't think I would either. What the hell? It's not letting me add people. All right, I'm gonna throw out the link for you. I'm not. Hmm, I didn't. Whoever. I don't know. Try it again. There's a link again. Anybody can hit it, but for some reason, it's somebody's trying to come up and it's not letting me add them. I think it's a problem on my end, but I'm not positive. Is CPP After Dark still a thing? All right, yeah, my phone's not letting me do jack shit for some reason. Now I've lost the comments. All right, y'all, my phone's starting to piss me off, but I don't know if they're going to want to do that panel later tonight or the next night or what's going on. So it's possible we could be back, and I have no clue who else is going live tonight, if anybody. But anyway, I will catch y'all later. Y'all stay naked.